In this video, we are going to learn and review about Chapter 6 lessons, which is proving trigonometric functions, graphing sine and cosine functions. We have the 6 trigonometric functions, and then we will review as well the applications or the applied problems about trigonometric functions. So let's start with proving. First, let's review about the reciprocal functions, which gives us sine theta is equal to 1 over cosecant theta. We have cosine theta is equals to 1 over secant theta, and then tangent theta is equals to 1 over cotangent theta. And then go to CSC, or cosecant theta is equals to 1 over sine. Okay, so we have as well secant theta is equals to 1 over cosine theta, and then cotangent theta is equals to 1 over tangent we have theta. The quotient we have identities, which gives us equals to tangent theta is equals to sine theta over cosine theta, and then the cotangent theta is equals to, we can have here as cosine theta over sine we have theta. And then for Pythagorean, we have sine squared, okay, sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equals to, we have 1. Then after that, you can have your other formulas from here, okay, from the Pythagorean, we have identities. We can have as well as secant squared, okay, secant squared theta is equal to, we have 1 plus tangent squared theta, and then the other one we have CSC, or cosecant squared theta is equals to 1 plus cotangent squared theta. From here, as what I've said, you can have now as cosine squared is equals to 1. You move only the sign there, so therefore you will have 1 minus sine squared. And then for sine squared, you move the cosine squared in the other side. You can have as well sine squared is equals to 1. Okay, 1 minus we have sine squared. So let's try some example. Okay, so let's say we have let's try this one, cosine theta times tangent theta plus cotangent, okay, plus cotangent theta is equals to CSC theta. Okay, so here we can have now as cosine theta times we have sine over cosine theta plus we have cosine. Okay, so here we can have cosine theta over sine theta equals to CSC theta. So we will focus on the left hand side of the identity. So we can have now as this one cosine theta, so we cannot add the two of them, so you do cross multiply. So we have sine squared theta plus cosine, we have squared theta all over by cosine, and then we have theta, and then we get now here as sine theta. And then this one is Pythagorean, okay, equals to CSC theta, Pythagorean theorem. So therefore you will have cosine theta times 1 over cosine theta sine we have theta. Then after that one, multiply this one, so we cut. So therefore we will get now CSC theta is equals to 1 over sine theta, which is also equals to CSC we have, okay, cosecant theta. So therefore this one is verified. So when you're going to verify functions, always focus on the left hand side of the graph, or left hand side of the identity. Let's try some problems of graphing. Okay, let's try, we have, let's say we have y is equals to, okay, this one. We have 4, negative 4 cosine, okay, cosine times x plus 5 over 6. So first thing you will do is what is the shifting? Okay, what are the shifting here? So this one is negative, so therefore the height is equals to -4 and +4, right? So therefore the height is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 1, 2, 3, and -4. -4 and +4. The period is equals to 2 pi over b, which has we have equals to 2 pi because we don't have the value of we have b here. Remember, we get now as y is equals to a sine, sine times bx plus c, plus d. Amplitude, period, horizontal and vertical shift. We don't have vertical shift here. We have only horizontal shifting, which gives us x is x plus we have pi over 6 equals to 0. Therefore x is equals to we get now as -pi over 6. So you add now into the period plus -pi over 6. Okay, so therefore you will get how much is that? So you will start at negative we have pi over 6, -pi over 6, and then you will end up to, let's say we have 6, this one we will get now 12 pi over 6, right? Equal to minus this one, so minus we have pi over 6, so therefore you will have 11 pi over 6. Therefore your end point is equals to 11 pi over 6. Okay, so we have 11 pi over 6. So instead of starting here, you will start now at, instead of 0, you will start here. Okay, so how we will get the midpoint? So therefore you will add now, you will add that 2 and divide by 6. So therefore you will get 11 and then minus 1. So therefore that is equals to, we get equal to 10 pi over 6. 10 pi over 6, and then you divide by 2. So 2 over 1. So therefore how much is that one now? So times 1 over 2, right? 1 over 2. So therefore you will get this one as 5 pi over 6. So the half of that is 5 pi over 6. And then what is the half of this one now? So therefore you will get as 4 pi divided by 2. So therefore you will get now 2 pi over 6, right? So we have the half of these two. So you will get as negative pi and 5 pi. So that is 4 pi over 6 times 1 over 2. So therefore cut that one out. So therefore you will have 2 pi over 6, which is, let's say we have there 2 pi over 6, and then this one here. And then how we will drop the diagram? So this one is negative, so you will start here. Therefore you will start at the bottom part. So you have 1 point here, this one going back here, and then this way going to, you start at -4, so therefore you end up in -4 as well. So therefore your graph now will go this way. Okay, so that is how the graph of y is equals to -4 cosine x plus 5 over 6. Okay, next we will try to find the 6 trigonometric functions. Okay, so given that, okay, so here first one, so given it's in the second quadrant, so therefore you will have here, and then this point is, this one is our theta, which is the value of t, and then this point here, this point p here, p is equals to -15 over 17, and then 8 over 17. Okay, so how we will find the sine, okay, sine, cosine, tangent? So therefore here this one is x, this one is already the part of cosine, this one is already sine. So to find CSC, CSC theta is the reciprocal of sine. So therefore you will have 17 over 8. Second is the reciprocal of cos. So therefore you will have 17 over -15. How about for tangent? Tangent is, so first thing we will do is we will find first what is the, we have what is this value, hypotenuse. Okay, so the hypotenuse part now is equals to, when you're going to draw the triangle, okay, so you have the triangle, we have here as sine, so sine is opposite 8 over 17, right? And then for cosine, we have negative 15. So we have already the hypotenuse value, which is 17. So for tangent is tangent theta is equals to 8 over negative 15. And also for the cotangent, theta is equals to negative 15 over 8. So therefore, that is how you will get now the 6 trigonometric functions. We have the cosine, sine, we have the CSE, secant, tangent, and cotangent theta. Okay, so now let's proceed to applications. Okay, let's solve this application problem for trigonometric functions. Okay, so we have approximate the angle of elevation alpha of the sun if a person 5 feet tall, 5.0 tall, cast a shadow 4 feet long on the level ground. So we have to draw the diagram. So we have here the sun. Okay, and then we have the person. And then it says that it cast, okay, so it cast, we have a shadow. Okay, a shadow. So from the sun, okay, so we have it cast a shadow here. Okay, that's one. Cast a shadow. This height of the person is equals to, we have 5.0 or 5 feet, and then this one will cast a shadow of 4.0. So you'll try to find this out. This we have elevation, right? It says there we have the angle of elevation. So when you draw the diagram, so you have this one. So therefore, given is that we have the opposite over the adjacent. So therefore, you can have now as tangent, we have alpha equals to, we have 5 over 4. So using your calculator, you can have now alpha is equals to tangent inverse or tangent to the power of negative 1, 5 over 4. And then you can get now your answer. So approximately we have, let's try this one. Okay, so we have calculate. Therefore, the angle now of elevation is equals to, we have 51.33 we have degrees. So that is how you will solve now for the angle of elevation. So when solving problems, always remember to draw first the diagram. So you have to draw the right triangle, because every time this one will form a right, we have triangle. Then after that one, create an equation which reminds you about sine, cosine, and we have the tangent. Okay, so the tangent is, we have TO. Okay, so we have T opposite over the adjacent side. So here, given that the opposite over the, we have adjacent, so therefore we will use now this one, TOA. Okay, so sine, cosine, and tangent. Always remember, in mathematics, you need to practice more. Okay, just practice more so that you can remember all the things that you have studied. That's all. Thank you and God bless.